Yo, what's good, everybody? In today's video, we're in the 4x4 where the Georgia pie used to be at. We just harvest that, and right now that is in the drying phase. But right now we're getting this here reset. We already done the cleaning in the 4x4. So we have two of the brute 10 gallons, but we're gonna add two more off of now. So I'm gonna show you guys how to just build a basic DWC system. They all individual. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So this is what you're gonna start off with. You're gonna start off with your net pot. I believe this is either a 4 or 5 inch net pot. We're gonna start off with that. You're going to need the brute lid because the net pot fits perfect right there. All right, that is perfect. So that's why we're gonna need to get a drill, and you're gonna need this set up right here. You can adjust this here, and right now I have it adjusted. So I'm gonna show you guys how I actually drill and get the net pot to fit off in there. All right, now that we are all set up, we're gonna take the lid. This is the top part of the lid. We don't wanna drill the top part of the lid. We wanna drill the inside of the lid, okay? And we're gonna use that center point right there as your guide. So here we go. Always be safe and be careful and watch your fingers. Anything can happen, okay? There you go. And that's what it looks like on the opposite side. So let's get the net pot and see how that fits. Hey, perfect. Perfect, perfect. There we go. It's just that simple. I like using these lids because I believe that light cannot penetrate through them, not like anything else. I don't think any light can penetrate through it, to be honest to you. I will do a test one day, but I really like these totes. I will leave a link in the description below to where that you can get these items right here. So let's go ahead and get this tent set up for 4 of these 10 gallons, and I'll show you guys what we're gonna be doing next. All right, the next step is to drill the hole for where that your air line for your air stones to fit off inside of your bucket. You kind of want it to be right here on the edge, just somewhere on the edge, okay? So you're gonna need, this here is I believe a 1/4 inch, and this 1/4 inch is the same size as your 1/4 inch hole. So we're gonna drill the hole right there, okay? And we're gonna do that to both of them because we already did the other ones. There you go, guys. And then just clean this little extra stuff off right here. Just clean that off. And then we're gonna test the air hoses. All right. On to the next one. We're gonna do this one on this side now because this is going on the right side of the tent. So here we go. Okay, next, you're gonna get your 1/4 inch hose. These is your air for your airlines and your air stones. Cut them all the exact same length. Okay, don't have one longer than the other, shorter than the other. Have them all the exact same length. By that way, you get the same equal volume of air going down to each air stone system. All right, so we're gonna use this one here as a starter base. All right, there it is. See how that little 1/4-inch hose came out? So we want that to go all the way to the bottom. So we pretty much know that that is at the bottom. And then we're gonna give it okay. Put it right there. Now let's measure it. And we're gonna do all the rest of them the exact same way. There we go. One, two, three. One more. Okay, these are the 4 air stones that we're gonna be using. Been having them for so long, I'm not sure what size they are, but you have the larger Coke bottles, and I'll just say these are the half of Coke bottles. So we're gonna be using 4 of these here. There you have it, guys. There it is. The basic DWC system. You can do just 1, 2, 3, or 4. All of it is gonna be done the exact same way. So just as how you see me do it, and if you want this exact same DWC system, then follow what I do. All right, so now what we're about to do is we're about to get the water prepared for newts. So that is the next phase. So let's get at it. Stay with me, guys. A lot of people had a lot of questions for me about how should they get started in doing DWC. And I told them it's kind of easy. Well, I'm gonna show you how easy it really is. All right, so we already have taken care of the back two containers. So what we're gonna use is we're gonna use some UC roots. I use this from Current Culture because I've been having it for the last 4 or 5 years. And we're gonna use this here 5 milliliters per gallon. Normally it's from like 2 to 5, but I'm gonna use the most of it because I used this here before and I have a lot of air going off in there. So it's gonna take about 30 milliliters for me to add off into each one of these containers here. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And we'll let that sit for about 5 minutes so it can get balanced off in there. And then after that, we'll be adding the next ingredient. Okay, so I have my Blue Lab Guardian. This is what I use for monitoring my nukes off in there and the water. So we're starting off with, let's see, we're gonna put the probe off in there, hook it along the side, and see where we're at. Look at that. We're starting off with 0 parts per million. I love 0 parts per million reverse osmosis water because that gives you a starting point to where to start off at. You know, what better number to start off is from 0. Okay, now that all of the UC root has mixed off in there for about 5 or 10 minutes, the first thing we're going to add is CalMag. We're gonna use this here at 250 parts per million, okay? So let's do that. So we're gonna start off with 2 milliliters per gallon. So that's 20 milliliters because this is 10 gallons. Let's see where we're at. Normally what I would do is just pour off and out until I get to 250 milliliters per gallon. But since I'm doing the video, I'm trying to guess that it is 2 milliliters per gallon. So at least right there, we're at 210. We're in a small little DWC bucket, so it doesn't take long for it to mix around. Make sure that your probe is nowhere near the bubbler system, because if the bubbles get trapped off inside of where your probe is trying to read, you know, water volume and nutrients, it's going to create a pocket and it's going to fluctuate. All right, so now that we added 2 milliliters per gallon, we're going to add a little bit more. So I'll say probably about another 7 milliliters. And let's see what that does for me. Well, look at those magic numbers. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down to exactly what I want it to be, I'm hoping. And if not, 270 is perfect. 250, 270, it's all good. Just do not get really close to that 300. You start getting close to the 300, then you're gonna create an issue, okay? Because remember, this here is a 1.00, okay? And then when you add your Your food is a 7, what is it? A 7.410. All right. So if you're thinking that you're not supposed to be feeding the plant all of the NPKs, yes, you do give them NPKs based off of the age of the plant. Okay. All right. So we are letting that get to where it needs to be at. So 280, 270, mixing it around. Let's get down to 260. That'll be even better. All right, so look like we're gonna be at 280. We're gonna get the other one at those same numbers too. So we're gonna start with what? This bucket here. Let's see, what is it at? It should be at 0 parts per million as well, because all of them have the exact same water system. Come on, baby. That's some good old water, man. Look at that. All right, so now we're going to do, what was that? 2.25, 2.5 or something milliliters per gallon. So here we go. Let's see where we at with that. We giving her food, baby. Man, I'm telling you, once you guys figure out the DWC system, basically the cleaning, how to give it the appropriate nukes and at what time, man, you ain't gonna want to go back once you start seeing the growth. You can smell the terpenes, you can taste everything, man. Be honest with you can taste the stuff in the air because it's so good growing hydroponics. Everything is stupid fast. Everything is fast. Man, that's a little high for my likings. So this is the beauty thing about it. You can always take and you can always add. That's the beauty thing about DWC. So we're gonna add to get that down. See? There we go. The other one was 280. This one here will be about 270, 280. Perfect. All right, now that we have them both at 280, the next we're gonna use the Flora Nova Grow, and we're gonna use that at 1 milliliter per gallon until we reach a desired number. So my desired number for the age of my plants that you guys will be seeing in just a few, I'm looking to get about 480 to 500 parts per million. So that's where we're gonna get both of these containers at. All right. So always remember shake. Okay. Okay. On to the next one. Okay. Now that we got that at 520, our pH is a little too high. So let's get that down. We're going to be using general hydroponics, pH down just a little bit. So way how I do it, I just pour a little bit off in the cap, about right there, just a smidge, and let's see what that smidge do. Now the important thing about this is you don't want your pH to go down too far, okay? And I think mine is. Whoo, look at that. So that smidge went down way too low. Way too low. And we need to get that back up. And I'll show you a way how to get that back up, okay? It's not always good to bring your pH down and then bring it back up with the same general hydroponics pH up. So I'm gonna show you a different alternative that's even better for bringing up your pH. And it's more of what the plant actually needs. So if you have any silica, I'm using Humboldt Secret tree trunk. but it's a silicate. So if you do have any of that, you can use this here to bring up the pH also. Check it out. Okay, it's just a little bit. It don't require a lot. Now watch it bring up that pH, but also it won't do anything with your parts per million. All right, now that we got that one at 540 at a 5.8, now let's go to the next one and let's replicate each and every single last one of them, okay? So let's see where we're at. We're always looking for our starting point. We should be at like a 530 or something like that, 520 or 530. All right, so we at a 6.2, 6.3. We should be at a 6.4, but we're gonna get it down to that 5.8. So here's that little smidge I say we need. Yep, there we go. All right, there we go. 530, 5.8. And we're gonna do the rest of them like that. So I'll be back.